What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a daily Manchester City transfer update throughout all of the summer 2020 transfer window. So make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free. Don't forget also, you can find my social media links. They're in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, as I'll keep you in the loop with the latest Manchester City news, transfer news, and JSGC news. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. We're aiming for 600 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated by me. And also leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. Before we crack on with this video, yes, it's a green screen. It's, as I was saying on my live stream yesterday, a bit of a mess at the moment. So I'm not in my normal location. I'm normally on the other side of this room at the moment, but there's things being done, there's work being done, so I've moved everything over here. I've had to move all the room over here, so behind the green screen there's a mess. I'm not using it, I'm just using it to cover up, basically. So yeah, anyway, we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs. We've got an update on Claudio Bravo, now ABCD Sevilla, who's a source obviously in Seville, where Real Betis are based, are saying that Real Betis are taking a serious look at signing Claudio Bravo. He's a free agent, of course, after the Champions League with Manchester City. When our Champions League campaign is done, he'll be free to go and sign somewhere else because his contract is up. But Claudio Bravo's representatives and Real Betis' representatives are talking with each other about a potential contract offer. Now, it was being reported yesterday by sources in Sevilla as saying that an agreement wasn't in place yet. They were working hard to try and sort out the formalities of the deal, but they were struggling on a couple of issues with the contract, which I was putting down to possibly potentially being down to wage. Anyway, we had more of an update last night. ESPN were reporting that there's going to be an announcement made soon. I don't know how soon is, but that is expected to be Claudio Bravo becoming a Real Betis player. ESPN reporting that there's just small details left to finalise, rather than what ABCD Sevilla are saying, which is there's still some formalities to sort out. Well, ESPN is suggesting that it is closer than what it seems, and it seems like Claudio Bravo may well be returning to Spain once more. So there we go. Instead, we've got an update now on Douglas Luiz and Martin Blackburn at The Sun has been reporting that Manchester City are going to gain a cool £1 million from Aston Villa staying up in bonuses. So that's what we put in our deal when he signed for Aston Villa last summer. And furthermore, he's been speaking that Manchester City will not be activating their buyback clause to bring Douglas Luiz back to Manchester City this summer. That, though, will go on for another season, so we have the option next summer, the summer of 2021, to buy back Douglas Luiz. After that, there will not be a buyback option for Manchester City, so if we want Douglas Luiz back at Manchester City, we've got until next summer to get that done. And it's been reported that that buyback clause that we've got to bring Douglas Luiz back to Manchester City is £25 million. So there we go. Interesting. Now, we're going to move on to the ins. We've got a very big development happening with a couple of players, including Kalidou Koulibaly, that I'll speak about in a moment. Instead, I'm going to speak about Thiago. We've got an update on him from Bayern. Now, Sport Bild in Germany, who are quite reliable with information coming in from Germany, are saying that Manchester City are still keeping an interest in Thiago. He hasn't joined Liverpool just yet. Liverpool struggling to get an agreement in place with Bayern Munich, apparently. Liverpool are keen to sign Thiago. Thiago's keen to sign for Liverpool. Bayern Munich, though, they need to agree a fee with Liverpool to sort out that transfer, and it isn't happening at this moment in time. Apparently now Manchester City's name's being put out there. That might just be to force Liverpool's hand, I don't know. But apparently Pep Guardiola is keen. Now, what I was reporting on yesterday is Manchester City are not looking at central midfielders this summer, unless a central midfielder leaves, which I highly doubt. So we've got Fernandinho, Rodri, Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. Riyad Mahrez can also play in that attacking role at the top of a midfield three as well. So we've got plenty of cover in midfield. Now, if a player was to leave out of them that I've just mentioned, then all of a sudden City would be a little bit short, and it would make sense for us to target a central midfielder. Of course, we've been linked with Ismail Ben-Nacer, we've been linked with Houssam Aoura, and we're being linked with Thiago as well of Bayern Munich. Bernardo Silva has been linked with Barcelona in the last couple of days. That's just a rumour, though. I'm not sure that Barcelona can afford to sign Bernardo Silva, so I doubt we're going to make a move for a central midfielder is what I'm getting at, but I'm finding it interesting that Thiago is continuing to be linked. Instead, we've got a new name, comes in the form of Joelson Fernandes. He's a 17-year-old winger from Sporting Club de Portugal, or Sporting Lisbon. Now, Manchester City have a good relationship with Sporting Lisbon because we've got a partnership that we put in place with them last summer for them to loan some of our players. We get first dibs on some of their young players, including Joelson Fernandes. But it's been reported that Sporting Lisbon, if they are to sell their youngster, then they're wanting his release clause to be met, and his release clause is €45 million, which is a lot of money. A 17-year-old winger, €45 million, not got too much experience. That, in my opinion, is definition of overspending. Now, Chelsea, they're interested too. We'll wait and see with young players. Personally, I don't see this transfer because €45 million just cannot be justified for a 17-year-old player. So there we go. This report, by the way, is coming from a Bola in Portugal. Not sure on how reliable they are. Sometimes they are, sometimes they just make stuff up for the sake of stories, so it might just be one of them cases. Anyway, we're going to speak about Alex Sandro. I spoke about it in my live stream, which you can go and check out, by the way, on my channel of that PSG game against Atalanta yesterday. People were asking about Alex Sandro. Spoke and gave my thoughts on Alex Sandro yesterday, so just going to give an update in this video. Now, Tuttosport in Italy, again, not the most reliable, are saying that Manchester City are wanting to be kept up to date with the developments with regards to the Juventus left back. Now, Manchester City may well have a look at left backs. We've been getting linked with Alex Sandro, of course. We've been linked with David Alaba. We've been linked with Ben Chilwell as well. We've been linked with Alex Telles as well. We've been linked with lots of left backs. So City may well be having a good look at left backs. Now, Alaba's price was around €36 million. I'm not too sure how much Juventus are wanting for Alex Sandro. The article did not make that clear, but I imagine that if that is the case, then City would be looking to spend around €30 million, maybe towards €40 million on a left back if we did indeed want a left back. If we do want a left back, I will say that more than likely the future of Alexander Zinchenko would need sorting first. But if Zinchenko does leave Manchester City, then that would create a space opening for a left-back, presuming that Joao Cancelo will be used as a right-back and a left-back for next season. And so then signing a left-back would make sense, and this story would make sense. We've got a Scott Carson update. Everybody's favourite player, including mine as well, the hero himself. Now, Derbyshire Telegraph, they've been reporting that Scott Carson's contract with Derby will expire next summer. Now, I've done a ton of research, and I mean a ton of research, and I cannot, for the life of me, find out where Scott Carson has signed a contract that lasts until the summer of 2021. All the articles that I can find on the internet, and by research I mean Google, but all of them expire in the summer of 2020, so it skipped by me of this extension until the summer of 2021. So if anyone can find me an article finding that he signed that contract until 2021, then that would be appreciated, because I haven't found that article. Maybe I'm just being dumb, I don't know. But anyway, Manchester City want to sign Scott Carson again. Man City are looking at a loan, so I imagine it'd be a loan where City pay all of Scott Carson's wage, so it's not costing Derby County any money to keep Scott Carson. What I will say is, for the sake of Scott, give him a permanent transfer. Either ask Derby to cancel his contract, and then we'll sign him on a permanent transfer, so they come to a mutual agreement where it doesn't cost them any money to cancel his contract, and City give him a new contract, a permanent contract, or pay Derby a small fee, agree a fee with him like a proper transfer, and bring him in just to give long-term security there. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-year loan for a third-choice goalkeeper. I don't know. I'm confused by it all. We're just going to move on. Right, so we've had an update this time on Paulo Dybala overnight. Tuttosport, like I said before, not the most reliable of sources, but they've been speaking about Dybala, and apparently Juventus could well sell him this summer. Now, Juventus want him on a new contract. If Dybala doesn't sign that new contract, then Juventus are potentially looking at selling him this summer. Now, Manchester City's name has been mentioned. We know that City have identified looking at attackers, and we know that they're looking for a number 9. Now, a signing of Dybala would make sense. Dybala's been big in Manchester City up recently as well, saying that on FIFA he likes to play as Manchester City and as Barcelona as well, because he likes the style of play, he likes the attacking style of football. I don't know if that's just a subtle hint or not, but still, Dybala is being linked with Manchester City. I imagine it'd come with a big fee, so it'd cost Manchester City lots of money to get this transfer done. But I'd love Dybala at Manchester City. I think he's a fantastic player. He works hard, very skillful, very technical player. I think he'd develop a lot under Pep Guardiola and his guidance. And I would love to have Dybala at Manchester City. But as I was saying yesterday, City, it's been reported by Martin Blackburn, they are not looking at an attacker for this window. It's an area that City have identified will need strengthening in, but that may come either next summer or even the summer after, should Sergio Aguero sign a new contract extension. And if he does, it will be a one-year contract extension. Aguero's contract is up next summer, so we're waiting for further clarification on that. Everyone's favourite summer saga, Kalidou Koulibaly, had a big development yesterday. Now, it's been reported that Manchester City, according to The Sun, were offering £58 million for Kalidou Koulibaly, which was close to Napoli's valuation, because they were looking for £63 million. And Kalidou Koulibaly's agent, now I don't want to get his name wrong, so Farley Ramadani, I hope that's how you say his name. That's an ace name. But his agent is saying that he's acting as the third person between Napoli and Manchester City. Manchester City are letting his agent know how much they want to pay, and then he's telling Napoli how much City want to pay, and then he's basically negotiating the deal between us and Napoli, because City and Napoli don't really get along and negotiate with each other. So there we go. Anyway, it's been reported by Il Mattino, a source in Napoli, close to Napoli in Naples. They're saying that Ramandani, I can't say his name, Ramandani, he's travelled to Capri, near Naples in Italy, to go and speak with Napoli's president Aurelio Di Laurentiis. My tongue's gone. My tongue has gone. I cannot speak. I cannot say names. I'm going to use abbreviation. That's going to help me. Anyway, ADL, the Napoli president, he's saying that Manchester United are interested. He's wanting that. He's saying that to drive up the interest, to drive up the price for Kalidou Koulibaly. Manchester City aren't having any of it. We've got our price that we're willing to pay. Apparently, we're going to submit that to Napoli, and then it's either going to be a situation where they accept it or reject it. I imagine they're going to reject it, but it seems the fee may well not be too far off being agreed for Kalidou Koulibaly to become a Manchester City player. Now, Il Mattino were going a step further. They were saying that personal terms have been agreed between Manchester City and Kalidou Koulibaly and his representatives and his agent. The deal's in place. It's believed to be around €6.5 million. Now, some other sources are saying 7, 8, some are even going as high as €10 million per season. Lots of sources saying lots of different stuff, but this source, Il Mattino, who's been saying a lot about Kalidou Koulibaly and the deal for him to potentially join Manchester City, is saying €6.5 million, which is up on his current contract where he earns €6 million, so Man City offer him a little bit of money. Now, Kalidou Koulibaly did sign a new contract with Napoli in 2018. He's on contract until 2023, still got 3 years left on his deal, which means it's going to be an expensive transfer. There is no release clause in his contract, so it's all about negotiations and Manchester City's meeting Napoli's value if we do. Now, it was being reported it was going to be on a 4-year deal, so Kalidou Koulibaly, if he signs for Manchester City, will be a City player until 2024. That was according to Il Mattino. Now, C.com were reporting actually it's going to be a deal that lasts until 2025. So if Kalidou Koulibaly signs for Manchester City, it's either going to be a 4 or a 5-year deal. Anyway, like I said, this is the first advanced negotiations that Manchester City have entered in with Napoli. The fee is going to be rejected, so ADL is going to reject the offer that's been made by Manchester City. More than likely is going to say we want €80 million, not the €65 million that City are willing to pay, and potentially be looking for interest. Like I said, Man United's name is being linked there. I feel like that is there just to drive up the price, but I will say that this does stink of desperation from Napoli. And if Manchester United do come in and they are serious about signing Kalidou Koulibaly, then this stinks of Manchester United. It's very Manchester United to come in at the last minute and offer €10 million more than Manchester City, so they meet that €80 million value that Napoli's president is looking for, and then they end up signing Kalidou Koulibaly for an inflated, overpriced fee, which, like I said, sounds like Manchester United. So there we go. That has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 600 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also, subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Smash past 10,000 subscribers. We're aiming on the mark towards 20,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And also, check out my social media if you so wish, Twitter and Instagram, they're in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on there. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos, or any general business enquiries, and I'll be back again tonight for another Champions League live stream. This time it's going to be the Red Bull Leipzig game, going up against Atletico Madrid. Looking forward to seeing everyone over there. Had a great time yesterday in that PSG live stream against Atalanta. Go and check that out if you haven't watched it already. And I'll see everyone again tonight. If not, I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update, where I imagine we'll have another Kalidou Koulibaly update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.